Namaskar, and thank you very much for the wonderful response that you people have given me for my first video, and I am encouraged to make more now. So this time I will be showing you a very special Amchi dish called Ambat, and I will be using the same masala for three things. That is, one is moong, another is onions, and mushrooms and green peas. So let's go ahead. I hope tasty. So let's go on. I'm going to, with the same masala, I'm going to show you three curries. Which one is a moong, sprouted moong cooked with cashews. That is a very always made on auspicious day, especially for Ganpatis and any big occasion. And also it is supposed to be so good that it is offered to Pitaras also, that is on the Shraddh day also, because it must have been a very important dish in the menu of the Saraswats. Then we are going to do special onion curry, Ambat. We call them Ambat, which is a very misleading because it's not sour at all, but very tasty, and with onions, which is offered to every day to the women who have had babies, because it's supposed to be very nourishing and increase the flow of mother's milk. And then for the youngsters especially, I made a very nice dish, which is not on the Saraswat menu, but it is made with the same masala. It is mushrooms and green peas. This is the masala that we are going to have. This is coconut, about 1.5 cups. Then chilies, then tamarind, and fried methi, half a teaspoon, and the soaked rice, which gives it the smoothness and the thickness. And it doesn't, the coconut gravy doesn't break into, or oil doesn't come up. But this is the masala which I made. Added a few Kashmiri chillies to it to give that beautiful color. And the same masala you can use for soaked these beans or dried peas, or also we use it for dal cooked with drumsticks or the moringa flowers, or even our ordinary cabbage, which goes so well with it, and tempered with fried onions. So these are the sprouted moong and cashews, and this is what I am going to use for the tempering the moong curry. Now we'll start with the moong curry. Now we use the oil for tempering the curries. Oil is used very sparingly, and we put the curry pattas, and hing or safariya. This is turmeric. Now when the mustard starts fluttering, we'll add the moong, which I have cooked with little salt and the cashews in it. And then we will add a little salt and the masala. masala ground with the same ingredients. So I made it in plenty for 3 dishes, and I ground it and kept it together for all the 3 dishes. Salt just enough for the ground masala. We add water just to make it as thick as it. Now we add half a cup of water to make it to the thickness. Strangely enough, we don't use coriander so much in this curry at all. The flavor is of patta, hing and rye. Just 1 green chilli to give it that show. And it's ready. The second dish which we are going to make is kanda Ambat, which I told you is special for the women in childbirth. So during the delivery time, and we all relished it. I can tell you, it's so tasty that we used to wait for it and eat it with a hot rice and a lot of ghee, which we could eat those days. I have added some oil, and I am adding the chopped onions, which are cut into larger cubes, so that it gives that taste, because nothing else is added. Of course, we are going to add this fried kanda vadi to enhance the taste. You have to fry the onions very brown and see that they are soft. These are the raw dried vadis, kanda vadis, and these are the fried ones which I am going to use. But you have to add them at the last minute when you are going to sit down for the meal, otherwise they become soggy and will absorb all the gravy. This curry is very nourishing because the coconut itself is very rich in calcium and so many vitamins and minerals, and onion is supposed to be very rich in phosphorus and very cooling to the system. So even after meals and all that, this is fried. And I remember my mother and grandmother giving me fried onions eat with the hot rice when we had I had fever or a cough or something. It's supposed to be very good for that. Now the onion is beautifully fried, just pink and fragrant. So I'll add the masala here. Little bit of salt, pinch of salt. I added little bit of salt, just a quarter teaspoon, and about a cup of water to make it the right consistency. It's never too thin, it's always very thick. That fried Methi. Gives it that very flavorful taste. You add just a sprinkling of chopped raw onions. And little bit of ginger. As soon as it comes to boil, and just after 2-3 minutes you remove. Never overboil the coconut curries, otherwise the oil separates and the taste is gone and the flavor also. So just wait till it is bubbling all over and just remove it. It's boiled for 5 minutes and now we remove it because these coconut curries should not be boiled too much, otherwise the oil separates and the taste is lost. Now we come to the third dish, which is a little variation from our typical Saraswat food. Although at Mangalore they make with the wild mushrooms and call it Bhuimpora Ambat, which is very, very popular there. So let's see how this comes. We add chopped onions and fry it a little brown. Now the onions are fried brown and we add the mushrooms to it, a pinch of haldi and saute them, and little salt. Now I have added a little more salt and I'll be adding all the masala that I made. So it's nice and just sprinkle a bit of raw onion, grated ginger, 1 green chilli, little bit of and when it is almost ready, there is a very surprise item which I am going to add to it because it's a very special dish. It is coconut milk. If the curry is too thick, you can add just a half a teaspoon of rice flour or corn flour to it to thicken the curry. But this consistency is just right, so I won't add anything. But as I told you, don't overboil it. It takes away all the taste. It started bubbling and come to boil. So we will shut off the curry, but if you want, you can add just a dash of lime juice to it and have it with rice or bread or chapatis, whatever you want. All three dishes are ready. This is the Moonga Ambat, which I am tasting. And it's very nice with that grainy taste of moong, sprouted moong. And now I'll taste the Kandyavadi Ambat. It has got that pungent taste of onions and the taste of wadis, and it has taken me back all those years back, almost 50 years back to when the children were born and I was pampered by mother and mother-in-law. And now I taste the main dish, which is mushrooms. It's wonderful. In spite of being the same masala, each curry has a different flavor and a different taste, and it's unique. I hope you will like them and try one by one all three of them. Goodbye. Thank you very much.